Well, we have the beginnings of what I hope will be Casa de Wilder. So I would have shown you the actual build process, but I kind of forgot to hit record. Yeah, on top of that, it was such a weird process of me trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and I still don't think I like it, but I kind of want some feedback from you guys. I want to know what you think. Now, I decided to lean more into the pink side of the peach, and I brought in a little bit of the green, which is next generation. I always like to do that when we're moving into the next generation, just kind of bring some of the color in so that we start to see them melt together. Now, it does look a little bit more maybe Miami than Oasis Springs, but I kind of like the color combination, and I really like that these windows happen to have the exact same color as the accent green. So I'm trying to make it work. I just don't know if I'm quite pulling it off. Now, I did want to make sure that this room or this home had plenty of room. We do plan to have 4 children, and if we're going to be staying here, we need to try to make the best of the space that we have. So I did create a 2-story house, even though the other homes here in the neighborhood are all single story and a trailer house. I just felt like we needed the extra space. So let me kind of just walk you through a little bit of my plan here. So as you can see, massive open space, but this is going to be basically the center of the home, the living room, dining, kitchen, the space where the kids' projects will get put down, the pets things will be set down here. You know, I wanted to keep the space open so that we can easily get to everything, and I'm not needing to worry about whether or not there's room for something. The cabinets will go along the back wall for sure, probably some kind of like counter in the middle here. I haven't quite decided. That's why I've kind of left this for us to kind of you can go through the process with me as I decide how to decorate. We only have 15,000 left, so we're not going to do everything. We're only going to focus right now on the things that Wilder actually needs before we focus on the rooms upstairs, but we'll get to that in a moment. The main bedroom is here right off the entrance. You walk in and it's the main bedroom. I will probably place the bed here. They'll have a nice view out the front. And then there'll be a little like dressing area over here leading into their bathroom. And there's a door here that will go out onto the back patio. When we can afford it, I do plan to put a small pool into this area. I think it will fit in this neighborhood. If you go up the stairs, this is where I was actually able to fit in 4 bedrooms. All 4 kids will actually get their own room. Now, I didn't go into this planning to do a 4-bedroom house. I was leaning more into 3 bedrooms, having each of the kids share. But it kind of worked out that I had just enough space to evenly split this. And I also kind of created a spot here where they come out onto like a covered little balcony there where they can look out on the space here. I really like how that came out. I'm pretty happy with it. And, you know, lots of light into this hallway here. And I'll probably be able to put like a few little things out here for, you know, just projects for them to work on or things like that. And then right here at the top of the stairs is the bathroom that they will all share, but we do have an additional bathroom going in here. It's not a big one, but we'll have 3 bathrooms all together. So I'm not going to worry about the upstairs space at all right now. We will build that as we need it. But downstairs definitely needs to be finished. And I also want to touch up a few of the things that I didn't finish here. Like these tiles, I think we'll put on here as well. I think that will just look nice. I liked that they had a little bit of a pink tone to them. And I went back and forth on whether or not to do the green on this section, but I really felt like it made sense here, and it kind of provided a little balance between all of the pink, because there's a lot of, peach. There's a lot of it, and I wanted to break it up a little bit. I do want to do some kind of trim on here as well, and probably like a column there to finish that off, but still trying to figure out exactly how I want that doll to look. I might even want this just a little bit thinner. I'm not 100% sure on that either. Like I said, definitely a work in progress here. I have been struggling with this build today. You know, some days the inspiration just doesn't come in the way that you want it to. So I definitely want to make sure we have a bed, a basic kitchen, a bathroom. I will probably finish off his attached bathroom and then the bedroom here, and then some of the basics. We do have to make sure that we have things for the pets. Oh, we did get some of the stuff here. Wow, we actually have a lot of things that we could sell or use. We probably should keep this. We might want to maybe finish off one of the bedrooms for now as an office space. So we'll go ahead and place this stuff up there. I think he would want to keep his award. We might want to find room for that down here. It probably wouldn't hurt to bring in the stereo, but I think I'd want to get something different. And I feel like a lot of this doesn't really matter much to him these days. We do have to find room for the mother plant somewhere. It needs a featured spot. I mean, there's just no denying that. This lamp is kind of ugly, but at the same time, I kind of like that he's earned it. So he has to keep it. I just don't know if we can have room for everything here on this desk and still get room for a computer. Now, how does one decorate with a mother plant tendril? Yeah, decisions. This might actually be the sort of thing we put in the front yard, like conveniently into the landscaping. There or here. I feel like maybe right there actually looks quite nice. It looks like it was meant to go there, doesn't it? I think I would like a wood tone counter. Something that fits like the woods that I'm using throughout the rest of the house. There's a lot of color here, so I'm just trying to maybe break things up with a little wood. I don't know. I do like those. I just don't want the woods competing too much against each other. That feels very wood on wood. I could always put some tile into the kitchen area. Or maybe just break down and do a peach counter. I do kind of like that too. Of course, I like the entire Coastal Collection. Who am I kidding? I think I might want the marble top, though, instead. So that the two woods are not competing against each other. It's just we need to now piece everything together. And this is a very expensive counter set, so we're going to have to keep that in mind too. Okay, I think we'll tuck the fridge. Well, do I want to do the fridge there or there? Because I know the stove is going in the center. I think I'll put the fridge over there. This is going to be a huge kitchen. These left and end pieces, I do love that they were done differently, but it also sometimes feels a little bit like it's not in the right place or something's turned around here. But I think once we get everything done, that's going to look really nice. I really want to use one of these. I'm thinking I'm going to tuck it over here on the end and put a cabinet underneath it just to create a little space over there to finish it off. It's not necessary. I just wanted to really use that one. I really like the variation in the cabinets here. All right, now for the appliances. I would like to have something decent. I mean, he does technically make good money, so it would make sense that he would have nice things. He was, you know, famous. I just don't know which route I want to go. We have so many choices. I'm honestly leaning toward the Growing Together set because it goes with what we have going on the cabinetry. As much as I love that, I'm just thinking it satisfies that matchy-matchy need. Okay, Finished walls will definitely be something that we want to look at, but first I need to make sure he has a bed. Alright, I think this kind of simple but elegant looking bed by my Shuno-san should be just fine to make sure he can sleep. It was only 1,800 simoleons, so I think we'll be set there on the bed. Now he needs someplace to go to the bathroom, and I can't forget a sink. This one's just a classic. I have to use it. The entire set that we got from basically everything from Growing Together was perfect. It's also my favorite siding in the game. We even get the sad beige tiles. I suppose we could really go all out on the kind of beige tones and do that. Now we just need a toilet. Unfortunately, we did not get a toilet with Growing Together, but I always do have a favorite toilet that I go to. I love this toilet, and I always tend to aim toward this color or the solid white. I don't know, it always looks good. And everybody should have a bidet. I think I'm going to extend this out by 1 so I can place 1 in the center, and that will give me the right spot for putting our sink. Now, for a place to maybe sit and watch some TV or something? Let's see. Okay, Valia made this cozy cabin sectional, and it really does look so cozy. And it comes in this color that I think we could pass off as beige. It just looks like you could sink into it. And if you're going to have a lot of family at some point, you're going to need a lot of places to sit. And I think this is a good place to start. I think that works out pretty well. We could probably tuck the TV over here so we can still have good access to the window. Or I could move the window, but I kind of like the window a little off center here. I don't know why. It's just kind of appealing to me. I guess because it's flanking this detail on the outside, and I really liked, although we probably should have it over more, but that's going to mess up my plans on the inside. It might work better though. So then I could just put this cabinet over here and do something like that. And I nearly forgot that I was going to finish this off over here too. So we could do something like that. I think that might look a little awkward. Maybe I just do a standard finish on that. And just finish it off like so. That'll give us plenty of room for maybe a coffee bar or something at some point. And then that'll add lighting onto the area where they'll sit, because I'll put a couple of seats there. And then that leaves this kind of centered. We could put the TV right here and like a plant or something in the corner. Now, funds are getting very low, so I think we're just going to put a basic art frame TV up here. And I think I want to center it more there, to be honest. I think that looks a little better. It's not much right now. It's very little right now. Actually, I feel like you should have one in your inventory. Or did we sell that too? We did really let go of a lot. We do have some starter herbs and such we don't need. We're going to hang on to that rubber duck. I don't know why you're still wearing the hazmat suit. We might be able to sell that, but I don't know. We can sell the robot salvage part. I really think we should hang on to some of these things because they're kind of, you know, a little nod to our past. I guess as a secret agent, he probably shouldn't be hanging on to his past, but, you know, sometimes you can't help it. But we are going to have to get some kind of computer here. I think that's going to be something we need as a secret agent. I would like something that looks high-tech. That is kind of cool. I like how that's connected to the back of there, especially since the desk is so busy. It does pretty much wipe out most of our money. Hopefully we can put some walls up here, because it's a little bare around here. I feel like I want something very basic. I don't think I want to do a trim. I almost feel like I want to stay within this, but I don't know if I want... It's not the same as outside. it is much more peach, I think, than what we put outside. And we can always later on add some backsplash or something over here to finish off the kitchen and make it a little different from the rest of the house. But I think that would kind of function. We have not a lot left. Okay. We don't even have side tables or anything. I kind of want a little darker going on in here. The green would be too much though, and really going away from the peach. Maybe we could bring in a very textured beige. Ugh, I don't think I like it with... This is a little better. It's very, very similar to what we put out here, but with a little less texture, or a little more texture, I mean, and a little more peach. The lighting is absolutely crazy here, too. I don't know why we have such bright light coming in. It's so... The lighting is just very weird here. And it's a little hard when you're trying to choose colors to determine what color you're choosing. And I need to finish this off. And the little bit here we did finish off. Okay. So I think maybe we can give him some... Oh, I didn't even finish. How did I miss this? We need to finish all of this off. And get that done as well. The house kind of came together a little weird too. Some of the... Like you can see here, this entryway is somehow being considered a separate room. So the floor didn't finish there. You know, I think it was the way I kept kind of adding to things and rebuilding, and yeah. I still think I want to get a different mailbox and put it here on the wall. Honestly, the green one is kind of perfect. It fits all of the colors that we're already having here. And okay, so we've got the bed with completed. We've got the completed tiles and stuff in the bathroom. We have floor and walls in here. And maybe I can get something up here for you. I think I almost want to do something a little darker. It is leaning a bit pink, but we're already having that issue throughout. It's a little difficult getting a true, in my mind, true peach color. But I think that works out pretty well. We can't do much more than that. I still need to get pet bowls, and I think that's going to be about all that I can manage here. And we need to figure out where to put the decor. This seems like just the right spot to feed the pets. We're not going to have enough to fill the bowl, but, you know, at least we have it. And for now, we'll just go ahead and put this in the kitchen. We have 34 simoleons left to work with. We definitely spent every last penny giving him a large house with nothing in it. I mean, he has all the basics he needs except for a trash can, but maybe after a day of work, we can afford to buy one for him. Yeah, I know this was a bit of a strange video. It probably should have been longer, and it would have been if I had remembered to record. I hope you still appreciate the little moment, the little break from our typical to decorate and kind of talk about his future. We have kids coming soon, hopefully. Let's hope we can sort things out with his girlfriend. Just a little add-on here at the end. I decided to see what I could do if I didn't use custom content, and this is what I came up with. It is a lot paler, probably a little more beige than peach, although a lot of that depends on the lighting you're in. But most of it is from the For Rent pack. It was very inspiring and contained a lot of items that felt more peach than anything else. So let's just take a quick tour of the changes. So first of all, yeah, we still don't have very much, but I've continued the use of this interesting window throughout the house, including in the creation of an office space for him. I thought that felt a lot more appropriate than using one of the bedrooms. I wasn't really loving that there was a bathroom over here. It wasn't really working the way I had hoped it would. So I just kind of dragged it out and created an office space. And this feature wall, it'll be very interesting. It brings in a lot of interesting light. And in the desert, I figured, it's okay if things are a bit open. And we can always pretend that there's glass in all of these, nothing really holding us back. I did have to sacrifice our TV in the pursuit of more windows and more beige. This house is basically, it has become an ode to beige. I did also get rid of the desk. It really wasn't fitting the aesthetic, and it honestly gave me the money to then buy a really nice computer. So we're set there. The kitchen has been beigified. I did switch over to green appliances to kind of maintain a little bit of that touch of green that I talked about, how I like to bring things into the house. I also darkened the floors and the staircase here. I felt like it needed it after all of the light colors, and I really like it. Feels a lot more like a richer color, and it turned out fantastic, I think. The bedroom, yeah, it's about as bland as before, and honestly, this was the perfect color. It just fit. The bathroom is exactly the same. I did put a window in here, and I'm thinking I might want to swap out what I have here at some point, but I don't know. That or I'll remove the window. But I, from the outside, like the looks of the window, so I wanted to keep it. The patio back here has really kind of changed a lot, and I brought more of that tile from the for rent pack out here as well. And you would have seen it here in the front. It does have like a little touch of color that looked a little peach to me. And depending on the angle, this goes from like a blue to a green. So it just felt like it worked. And then upstairs, largely unchanged, we do get to see a little bit of a peek at how this works in the staircase. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with it overall. It was honestly this wall that ended up inspiring me to go the whole way with it. I am still trying to figure out which way I want to go with the rooftops as far as the color, because it really doesn't feel like it fits. And obviously the trim will need to change as well. But I brought in some stone trim here all around. Just that started because I wanted it to cover this awkward spot here where the roof line comes up. And it ended up just kind of working. It looked nice. It felt like it gave some interest. I also, and I'll have to go into nighttime mode for you to see this, added lights everywhere. And I really feel like that is where things start to really shine, is at night. The lighting just really makes everything look so much warmer. And I don't know, I really liked it. I don't normally worry so much about the lighting outdoors, but it really felt like this place needed that touch of light. It adds a little warmth and a little color. We definitely are lacking color here. But hopefully you consider this an improvement over, what you just saw. I really wasn't happy with it, and I feel much happier with this. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Paw the like button, subscribe to stick around, and join the Catnip Club if you'd like some extra perks while supporting the channel. Have a cozy day, and I'll save you a spot for our next adventure.